fam out. Come on, family. Pull up. You know, on Instagram be pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull uppington. Bring out the family. Bring out the famo. Do I really need to put these on right now? Maybe. Possibly. 2 more stones. Infinity. Oh no, he think he Thanos. Papi Thanos. Oh yeah, Papi Thanos. Anyway. Flex and repeat, and you say New York City. Express and repeat, and you say worldwide. You know the vibes. It's your guy. And we're going to speak about manifest love. Don't be that one standing in the rain crying about all the toxic things that you create. Firstly, I just want to give all my love, my graciousness, and my thanks to existence, to having the ability to be right here in front of y'all at 38 years old. I will be 39 years old this month on the 26th. Big V's, you already know the vibes. August Virgos, we hit differently. Hey. So anyway, if y'all don't know, this is a jaw harp. Get the vibes, get the vibes. Today's subject, and before I begin the subject, I'll just say thank you for tuning in again. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. Please, I ask directly to support me more actively. I'm in Washington Square Park often. The summer's almost over, so come and pull up and vibe with us. We will have our pop-ups, but my pop-ups will be less existent if I don't have the support of my people. So let's manifest that love. Let's manifest that 3, 6, and 9. Alright? And let's get together and let's be honest. You know, honesty, they say, is the best policy, but it's a policy that is very few and far in between in the politics of socialism, in the politics of relationship with others, unfortunately. So we, as an active collective, are going to change that narrative. We're going to change that vibration and bring in love energies and acknowledge our own personal toxicity. You see, I personally, if y'all don't know me and you don't know my name is Saint Michael. I hold that with love, regard, and I'm just cool and chill about it. Like, it's just a name to some degree until you start to put things behind it. Now, I say that to say this. Often people, because of their own personal conflicts within, will combat with me out of displeasure if I do something that they don't think is of the level of sanctity, of being a saint. And that is an unfortunate personal problem. I personally know my own toxicities. I maintenance those toxicities. I make sure that if I'm going to be working heavy, I have some food, because there's a portion of my patience that isn't available at certain dynamics, and then that such can make me toxic. I might look at you differently because of how I'm perceiving the moment, because of how I'm feeling. Your 360-degree diet is super, super, super important for your response to others in this experience. I say it simple. The way you eat, the way you think, and where you stand is highly important for what you're going to give back to the world and how you're going to respond back to the world. Okay? So now we'll tether into real time. Love to all of my kindred that are out there and truly understand me and are beginning to understand themselves in a greater portion, because when you understand yourself, you understand me better, because you're giving yourself time, compassion, and patience. In my past, I've been very inclined to telling people about themselves, and much as have we all, and expressing myself in the more defensive and aggressive way, because I felt it was necessary for my personal stance and existence. You feel me? It isn't. Not one bit, not one shape or form. Toxicity and negativity are unnecessary for the relationship between others. And it does occur. It does occur. But it is up to the 2, 3, 6, 9 individuals to put themselves back in perspective to make sure that they're producing something that is fruitful for the environment and that is not toxic. We don't throw acid on plants. We throw water on plants. You know? Um, and shoot, at the least, animals pee on plants, but there's some vitality in there as well. I want to now segue a little bit into a reality because it's been something on my chest and I have watched it over the past 2 weeks. I've watched it over time and I don't want any parts of it. Now, I will confess and say personally, in my own insecurities and in my own stresses, I have had negative thoughts and toxic expressions towards others. So, for instance, this really isn't me because I'm really not about that life, but I would say for a moment or two, we all have our moments. Um, if you hold the door for somebody and they don't say thank you, and you're like, fucking asshole, that's wrong. That's wrong. I want y'all to know that. For those of you that do that and expect someone to give, now, I don't do that. I don't mind if you walk through a door and don't say thank you to me. Um, just don't step on my toes as you walk through the door, or at least acknowledge that a door is being open. We're not looking for the Scooby snacks. What we is gonna do is make way for respect, make way for cordiality, make way for love for the individuals that don't know how to gravitate towards it. That's what this is, yo. We find our personal love, and that was really easy in the Genesis, before all of the confusion, before all of the madness, where people try to tell you who to be and what to do and how to feel. We find love, and it becomes redefined and misconstrued, only because of the people around us haven't found love for themselves, and they want to put you in the same space. But it's not necessarily misery loves company. It's just collectives collect. And if you've been habiting yourself long enough in a space where you feel like you know, then you're at the will of that idea. So open your mind, open the way you perceive, the way you listen, the way you treat, and the way you respond. All of these things have to play. You have to have some sort of a good diet. Now, a good diet for me is different for you. We have essentially the same or similar. There are things that benefit the human body, but there are certain things for you specifically that will alter your mood to be a better developed person in the moment. And that's important for you to understand. That's important for you to have a gauge on, so you know to keep a little snack. Why do I keep on mentioning attitude and food? Not just because I'm a chef and not trying to plug edibles on y'all, but because they're directly connected, because your body demands. Your body demands. My stomach is hitting me right now. Honestly, I wanted to get something to eat before I did this. But I know my body. I know how much energy I can give right now. So I'm going to only give that much. If I give any furthermore, I'm going to tire myself. And that's going to stretch my day out to where I won't be able to achieve the other things I need to do. Love you guys. I'm going to see you at Washington Square Park. I'll be there today. And if you haven't seen me at 14th, I've been at Washington Square Park setting up an energy grid. It's already a grid. The city is gridded. But this is like on the levels of human connection at its finest and at its raw, because we have misunderstandings there and we elevate very challenging opportunities. A lot of young people there, which is really dope, and I want to influence the young people to be better to themselves, be the dope they want to smoke, and steam on greatness. That is something I mention every day. That for y'all that know me, know the vibes, and you know that I always express that you're the master of your own time and space. and that you're in the embodiment of infinite possibilities, and that held you with a responsibility to just be kinder, be gentler to yourself, make room for your existence. Don't be defined, but yet be. Being is easier than acting like, which most of us are doing. Now, finally and furthermore, what inspired me to say this? Well, you know what industries I'm in. The music industry is cool. We don't really got that. At the lowest vibration, we got that. So we got like pretty talented dudes and chicks that are in bad circumstances, so they are just beating themselves up, fighting a paper bag, wet paper bag. Um, but cannabis is interesting because all through it, there's toxicity. You got people with a lot of money, toxicity. There's also the opposite because I mean it's balance. The bottom level, like this is worse than crabs in a bucket because you would think from the narrative that you're hearing from all of these edible makers or bud sellers and stuff, um, you would think that they would be moving and maneuvering in a collective, um, because the scale of clients, the scale of information that can be given out in this industry at this point right now is so vast, and there's so many clients. It's like we don't need to be disrespecting each other. We need a collective, a true collective, and excuse my French, because this is for the bitch ass niggas. Without bitch ass niggas who complain and keep people behind. I see the way you're keeping your family behind just because you're a fussy and angry individual. They know who I'm speaking about. It's unfortunate. This is, you gotta get your inspiration from somewhere. It's unfortunate when I see a beautiful sister with massive ability and connectivity with the world wants to be around her, with the opposite around her. Nancy negative, nigga negative. It's always gotta be about spite and vengeance. Let me tell you something, honey bunnies. Live your life in spite and vengeance and see where it gets you. You're gonna be around a bunch of suckers. You're gonna be around a bunch, like no rich man is living out of spite. Promise you. They might not be dope. They might do some Bezos shit, but they ain't spiteful. Spiteful is for poor and broke-minded individuals. It's the last resort for the tat in the tit for tat. It's the last resort because you don't have the mind to distract yourself away from the bullshit. So you gravitate towards it because it's tender. It's something that has a value to you that you're just like, oh fuck, I'm alive. Find life in love. Period. If you out there and you see, I seen something today, and I'm gonna say Bundy name because Bundy be talking crazy. Bundy, remember when he was talking crazy to me, and I still show him love. Chill out. Stop being so toxic because people are watching, and they're gonna remember that you're the same guy that was saying toxic shit all over the internet and boasting and thinking that you're sounding humble by saying this man's paying for a Range Rover and he's probably got to do with his credit and taxes. Why do you think so deeply about another individual? And then why do you boast about your Corolla or Altima or whatever the fucking car you have? It's a weird psychology is what I'm saying. And it's toxic, y'all. We don't compare ourselves to no one. We don't beat ourselves up to the point where we now have to fashion a narrative that is egotistical. We are available for ourselves. At least my kindred on my side. We aren't always going to have all the money, always going to have all the shelter and food, but we will always be able to generate love. We will always be consciously available. Did I eat enough right now? All right, I can't deal with nobody right now. My first meal of the day, all my brethren know this. I don't speak. If you speak to me while I'm Eating my first meal of the day, I stop eating. Because this is important. Because everything that I'm going to take from this to change into the man, all the vegetables that I'm processing to change into the man, I'm going to use so I can be around you. So I can be better than the moment that I felt lost. Which is no more. You know? So, be the dope you want to smoke. You're the master of your own time and space, as I always say. I don't care for this pseudo narrative. It's sad to see, though, when we got sisters that are talented or moving toward talent and being dope, and brothers in the same light, and we have other people pulling them down, saying that they're making them better and you're only making them worse. Your negativity is why brothers don't want to be around you and do music. Your negativity is why people can't really rock around you, period. Like, it's not too hard to say. It's like, if negativity was acid rain, I need to just get sheltered. That's it. And love is abundant and through and through and true. You could fall in love with a person just because they're giving you love, because they love themselves enough, and be confused. But if they love themselves, they love you, so they'll let you know. There ain't no toxicity there. There's no, ooh, this person likes me, so let me just string them along to entice my own personal ego. Humble thyself. Take care of people. It ain't a difficult thing. Not the things that they ask for, but the things that they need. Honesty, transparency. You to just be inspiring and not antagonizing. Inspire people to be the dope they want to smoke, to be better than their best. Don't antagonize them. For my sisters that are out there that hear this message and you say peace to a brother or a sister, and then in the next tongue, because you don't like the way they responded to your sister, you got some type of way you feel. Baby, you got to work that out for your own, so that the next time you're not giving that. Because a brother seen you do it, and a brother understands, oh, this ain't just Tuesday that she does this. This is the whole entire year. So be the dope you want to smoke, and be better than your best. Only for you. Remember, when you lie, yeah, you're lying to others, but you are creating this deep abyss of emptiness within yourself, to which you can no longer exist. The existence to which you have previously had out of this flesh body can't connect with the existence of this flesh body if you're not telling the truth. Period. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We are the masters of our own time and space. We are the embodiment of infinite possibilities. Be the dope you want to smoke and steam on life. Flex and you say New York City. Ah.